I'm here to give you an update here on Sand. As you can see, guys, we're going to be starting off on the weekly. You can see the levels of resistance that we are finding from this trend line to the top side here. So the next point to be looking out for in terms of a price prediction for Sand there, obviously we're seeing a lot of upwards momentum at the moment. We're going to be looking at around a target around $8, $9 for resistance there. Maybe this runs up completely parabolic, which is what we are seeing now. As you can see over the last 2 weeks here has just been really insane growth coming through. Obviously something to do with Facebook and the metaverse coming through there. So yeah, definitely something to be looking out for in terms of resistance. If this is going to run up there, this is going to be a massive sell-off point to be looking out for. In terms of level of support for the future, you can see along the lower side of this rising parallel channel from launch here, you're actually finding heavy levels of support there. In terms of if we do see a massive crash down, I would say a definite bounce point is easy, like $1.30, $1.40, $2. But yeah, it's just going to be very interesting to see how this does plan out. I think this is primarily going to be focused on when Facebook and stuff really do launch their launch all the metaverse sort of tech and all that stuff when it really does come into fruition there, and not so much more the launch in general, more when it actually gets adopted by the public, right? Because obviously VR headsets and stuff, they're still not cheap. Still not cheap for like the average consumer. So yeah, we'll just have to see how that goes. Moving across to the daily here, in terms of as I was just saying, they're very parabolic over the last week or so. I would expect pullbacks to be coming through here, but with the FOMO coming in right now for these types of coins, it is really banging it, right? It is really banging it. So yeah, definitely things to be looking out for there. You have cleared really crucial high points from before there, and you are all-time high in it to the goddamn moon right now. So yeah, it's really not looking too bad. But the higher that you go in terms of this scenario there, guys, let's do a little bit of Mount Everest there. In terms of when you're climbing Mount Everest, guys, like so, Mount Everest, biggest mountain in the world, you know the score. We're going to be looking for base camp 1, guys. We're going to a bit of consolidation, chilling out here, waiting for the RSI to really just relax a bit, because when we're overextended like this, we're due some sort of sell-off there. We're waiting for a base camp 1, a bit of chilling out here, but if we don't get that, we're going to see a crash, guys. We're going to see a crash only naturally. It's not a healthy chart when it keeps running up like that. So yeah, a bit of base camp 1 is what we're looking for, and then once we've hit base camp 1, guys, we're going to be hopefully going to base camp 2 there, consolidate along this point, and then we could be looking at a massive breakout to the upside for the future there. Definitely a few things to be looking out for there. Yeah, definitely a few things to be looking out for there for Sand. In terms of, let's jump down to the smaller term time frames, just because can't really do that much here on the longer term time frames there, just because it's just parabolic, right? As you can see here, we do have a pretty strong resistance point coming through on the hourly. Definitely something to be looking out for. I would say also a massive support point as well. Near enough parallel channel, but what I would say it's more of a rising wedge chart pattern there, guys, ever so slightly. But what I want to say here, guys, is rising wedges usually break to the downside, right? If we're going to break to the downside, we could be looking at a measure move like so. Not bringing the price down insanely, because we were just on the daily. But if we are looking for a measure move, it's going to be going on the most recent downtrend, guys. So this is obviously speculatively speaking here, guys, depending on where we're going to trend down to. But yeah, we could be looking at a nice big sell-off coming through. And remember, guys, if people are buying this coin really cheap, they're going to be looking for a sell-off price, right? They're going to be looking for a sell-off price. And you can see the gains that have come through very recently there. If we do just a little percentage gain from this low here, you can see we're up literally like 280% in terms of 290% in terms of the live price since the 27th of October. So literally like 6-7 days ago. So yeah, it's really people are looking to be selling this now and then buying those lower price, buying the dip as the cliche thing. But yeah, in terms of a short position for Sand, that's definitely something to be looking out for there. In terms of prices to the upside, at the end of the day, we're still getting higher lows here. We're still getting higher lows here. So even if you do come down, you're going to be challenging this high low there. And then if you do lose that, then yeah, it's going to be looking a bit more bearish. And that's when the short position is going to be coming through. But what I would expect is a bounce up from here, as you actually haven't even come down to this level. So yeah, I would expect another bounce up, another clearing of this 10 simple and the 21 moving average there, probably coming up to challenge this candle body close of the all-time high point coming through there at around that $3.20 there. So yeah, interesting stuff coming through there for Sand. Definitely something to be looking out for the future there. Definitely something to be writing down in the old pad. I didn't do mana actually, and that was a super chat that I haven't done, so I'm definitely going to be jumping onto that next, I think. But yeah, that's going to be an update there on Sand.